up, guys? I'm Karen Civil. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to be involved in the entertainment industry. I started out in middle school making award-winning fan sites for some of your favorite artists and boy bands. Later, I took an internship with some of the most important people in music. Eventually, I started my own marketing company and have gone on to work with stars like Lil Wayne and brands like Beats by Dre, amongst countless others. So it's important to me to pay it forward and invest in the next generation of entrepreneurs. On Good Looking Out, I've teamed up with industry leaders in fashion, tech, music, and more to identify rising talent in those industries and give them the guidance to take their ideas to the next level. On this week's episode, Gary Vaynerchuk and Ryan Leslie are here to take a pitch from two hungry entrepreneurs who want to help young students manage their debt. Me and Ryan are going to sit down and talk the simple facts, and we're going to take a question from one of our complex viewers. This is Good Looking Out. Have you ever wished you could get your idea in front of the most influential vets in your field? Well, that's the opportunity we're going to give to a tech entrepreneur right now. Helping me out today is digital rock star, marketing rock star, Gary V. Gary V is a social entrepreneur and angel investor. He's founder of the digital agency VaynerMedia, which services Fortune 500 clients. Also here, Ryan Leslie. Most people know him as a Grammy-nominated artist and producer, but Ryan is also a tech entrepreneur who created Superphone, a communication and engagement tool for artists to connect directly with their fans. So let's get to this entrepreneur. You guys ready?
Yes.
Always.
My name's CHISA, EGBELU. I'm the co-founder and CEO of PeduL.
And my name's KAYLA Jackson, and I'm a co-founder and COO of PeduL. PeduL is a platform that helps students raise money for college in two ways. One side's crowdfunding. Students come onto our platform, fundraise. We send all of the money they raise directly to their school. But a feature we're really excited about launching is our Common App for Scholarships.
So our Common Application for Scholarships, a platform where students can go to our website, fill out one long application, and apply to thousands of scholarships at one time.
We're literally victims of the problem we're trying to solve.
I think more than anything, we're looking to get certain doors open for us.
The fact that Complex is giving us an opportunity to get access to opportunities, that's what we're all about.
Tum, tum, tum. Hi.
Word. All right, this is
Literally
crazy.
just applied to the what you posted on Twitter.
That's funny. All right.
That's crazy.
Chill.
All right.
Wait, Leslie?
We got big stars in the room, man.
Hey, wow.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay, tell us your names.
Oh, that's important, yes.
Yeah.
My name's CHISA, EGBELU.
KAYLA Jackson.
Let us see what you guys got.
It's 8 a.m. Alarm buzzing. I wake up and the last 4 years of my life flash before my eyes. The grueling workload and the best basketball games. It's finally graduation day. I'm basically a college student. But the moment I step foot on stage to accept my diploma, I realize I can't celebrate because I just turned down 5 Division I golf scholarships to attend my dream school right here in New York, only to find out that I'd be $40,000 in debt per year if I went. I was stripped of an opportunity, even though I earned my acceptance letter. And unfortunately for me, I'm not the only one. Last year, out of 21 million students, 7 in 10 graduated with an average of $37,121 in debt per borrower. PeduL operates between the difficult to navigate process of applying for the $14 billion in private scholarships available every year and the crippling process of qualifying for loans. But we can help the 12.85 million students each year right here in the US whom actively seek financial aid to pursue higher education. So what's PeduL? We're a platform that helps students raise money for college through crowdfunding in phase 1 of our growth plan and through our Common Application for Scholarships in phase 2. So what makes us completely unique or different than any of those websites out there? Well, one is transparency and security. We protect generosity by sending all of the money students raise directly to their institution so there's never misuse of the funds. And 2, we understand that crowdfunding, whether it wants to be or not, is elitist. because it almost always requires you to have access to a network with money, and that's just not everyone's reality. So since launching in January, we've had a little over 1,300 students raise over $25,000 towards their tuition. And remember, that's just for the crowdfunding piece alone. We're looking to launch our Common App in May of next year.
The application next May, is that literally just because you're bootstrapped and building out the tech is slow?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, yep. And we're building our sales enterprise right now.
Understood.
People always ask us why this will work, and we always say, because it must.
Yeah.
So that my little cousin and your sons and daughters and nieces and nephews can get the education they deserve. An education that was once a commodity that's now a very necessary luxury. There's a reason why college is so expensive, right? The government just isn't doing what they used to. But at the end of the day, historically in this country, the people have always stepped up when they've had to. And that's why we, the people, created PeduL.
Yeah, from my perspective, you know, I'd be really curious about what you think your biggest frictions are right this second. Is it the tech isn't being built out fast enough because you think the scalability is in the form? When you're a two-way marketplace, you're in a chicken and egg game. Everybody wants to be the Uber and the eBay, but it's not that easy. What's the friction right this second?
So when it comes to the Common Application, yeah, we need the money to build out that platform, right? And the money also to put together, in conjunction with ourselves, a sales team to bring on as many corporations as possible.
I get the crowdfunding links every day. It can literally be about 100 people who are asking for money, who are giving you the sob stories. Sometimes, you know, I think like, is this true? Is this not true? Are they going to use it for X, Y, Z?
Exactly.
You know, I just saw somebody who got crowdfunding money over $1 million for something, and they just put out a video with them doing a money phone pose, and the money didn't go to where it needed to. So with PeduL, what I do like is how you guys set it up, where it's like we're really raising money for college towards our tuition, and this is what it goes towards.
One piece of advice I would definitely give you is do not be ideological about this. I would actually go down a path of following the money. Try to figure out which organizations may have a unique benefit in the very big issue that is college debt. I would do a lot of homework on who's financially incentivized to write checks, not who's ideologically. But that is no question where businesses like this tend to fail. They go ideology, we the people, without looking at what's up, which is there's 8 or 9 companies right now with big pockets who might want to write a $4 million check because that's in their financial vested interest.
This is right up my alley. My parents wanted me to go to Harvard. We needed to figure out a way to pay for it. And so I think really when you're bringing both sides of the table together, and I think Gary's point is great. There are going to be your leaders who are going to write the checks that you can hopefully allocate to the students that are the most deserving. But I think the real beauty of this is that there is the other side where there are so many of these noble causes who are aligned with what you guys want to do, and they can't find the students, right? Or they're just giving scholarships to folks that they wish they had better applicants for. And so I believe you're also solving for that side of the puzzle. So really for me, I'm interested in helping as much as I can from an influence standpoint, and also just understanding what your capital needs are. I see the future in the two of you, and I see a little bit of myself in the two of you. Success for you guys is actually success for a legion of young people just like you, who are going to be the future, who are going to change the world. So I'm all the way with it.
Man.
Salute.
Yo, we're gonna be hyped. We're work now. Let's get back to
Thank you guys for joining us, and yeah, good luck to you guys.
Make sure you send me a text too.
We come right inside right now.
Stay easy, y'all.
Thank you.
We fired up right now. We just
Personals.
didn't even expect 3 special guests. We were told 1
You said
special
one.
guest.
Also, they gave us like their actual personal contacts, which is ridiculous.
I love their energy.
I loved it. I loved it as well. I'm dead serious about actually trying to get involved or being involved.
They're lucky. Sometimes demand is not as much there.
Yeah.
This is like Uber. Demand's there.
Right.
Yeah.
People need it.
Yeah.
They just have to fill it.
Like we were guessing like who was gonna be there. We never really got to the Gary V.
I don't know why we never put 2 and 2 together.
We've been trying to make this happen, but like that was the man.
That was
just there.
This is a big problem.
Yeah.
Like our economy is going to be affected in the next 2, 4, 5 years on how much debt is just sitting there in 20 and 30 year olds. So if they can stay alive and be in position for when it hits the fan, it could get real interesting for them.
We already had work to do, but I think we have a little bit more direction now. And I think our pathways have just been blown open.
We accomplished what we set out to do today, but from this day forward, I mean, we just have to worry about networking, because clearly.
If anyone that's been following us thought that we were heavy before,
Oh, yes.
it's about to be a different ballgame now.
Follow at We Are PeduL.
At We Are
At
PeduL.
CHISA Maine, MAYNE.
Thank you. And that's at I am KAYLA McKell. That's with one L.
Listen, we are all in the digital age. It's moving at the speed of light, but with the right idea for an app, website, or startup, you could change your life. For example, data shows that by 2020, global mobile app revenue will reach $189 billion. So let's break down some of the simple facts with Ryan Leslie. It's a lot of artists now. Like there's you, there's Nas, there's Snoop, there's Master P, there's Chameleonaire. You guys are making the transition from music now to like Silicon Valley. I feel like hip hop is taking over, or just entertainment is taking over. What's that about?
For so long, we've helped to create platforms, especially media platforms, and those media platforms have created an incredible amount of value, and the payoffs have gone to the founders and the owners.
Yeah.
And so I think it's time for us to be a part of that ownership conversation. And there's several different ways. You can either found a company, you can invest in a company, or you can receive equity for advancing the company. And when I say receive equity, you actually get some ownership in the company instead of just getting a $150,000 check to post it. You actually have some ownership in the company, because in those early stages, every single moment, every single touch point to the consumer is priceless, it's crucial.
Do you find it's a bit easier to make that transition where they're like those executives and the people who are at those companies are allowing like hip hop or entertainers to come in?
People want to let you in the door because they're curious maybe, and then it's up to you once you get in the door to actually convert them and turn them into believers.
Have you been seeing the difference with companies opening their arms now to people of color? Like you look at what Google has been doing with like Black Girls Code.
Right.
They hired Valicia Butterfield.
Yes. To keep it all the way 100.
Yeah.
There's so much further that everyone needs to come in terms of real inclusion. I appreciate the progress. I appreciate the steps that people are taking to put people and change makers in position so that we can close this gap, but the gap is still incredibly large. So when you see that young person that's reaching out, you gotta be accessible. That's why I give my phone number to everyone. You have to be accessible to these young people, because they are the future. They wanna build the future because they were born into a digital environment. Their ideas and sensibility for how the world is going to work in the future is far going to exceed ours. And so I want to make sure that I'm empowering, encouraging, inspiring them, and not just doing that from doing it on my own, but also passing the baton. So we have to bear the torch and also pass the baton.
Now let's take a question from one of our viewers.
What's up, Complex? My name is Colin Mahar. I'm a 24-year-old writer, beatmaker, content producer, and entrepreneur living in New York City. Through Ratchet Arachnid, I'm looking to explore the fields of music, video, publishing, and e-commerce. The brand will encompass both original content, music, films, books, etc., as well as media related to current trends in music, youth, and online culture. So my question is, do you have any advice on finding those consumers who will make up my core fan base?
Yeah, that was a lot. Right. He's created an app that is tech-driven and music-driven. So how do you find an audience for that?
To take on that kind of responsibility and undertaking, I would say even before you find the audience, you better find an incredible team, because to have that kind of breadth to your vision, you're going to need different departments, whether it's marketing, whether it's search engine optimization. Maybe he's running it all at the beginning, but he's going to need a great team. So I would say always focus on the core team first, focus on the core fan base first, and make sure that those people on the core team and core fan base can be your evangelists, and that's how you're going to build your audience.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.